Lesson number 14, Measurement and Effects of Heat. So we started this lesson and we seen the various means the solved examples and introductory part of this lesson we had seen. Now the next part of the lesson is the sources of heat. Sources of heat. As I told you before only, the main source of heat is the sun, and it is the biggest, and sun's energy only available to us in the form of in different forms of energy, okay, and one of its form is the heat. So here the sun is the biggest source of heat received by the earth. What we are saying, the sun is the biggest source, and from that source we are getting the heat. A large amount of heat is generated, means produced due to nuclear fusion. Okay, so where this nuclear fusion takes place, it takes place inside the sun. Okay, there the gases are there, hydrogen and helium, and what happens in between them, so that large amount helium and hydrogen gases are there, and explosion between the hydrogen and helium gas is there. Because of that helium and hydrogen gas explosion, heat and light energy is produced inside the sun, and that heat and light energy we are getting from thousands of kilometer away from us. Sun is thousands of kilometer away from us, and that heat and that light we are getting on the earth. So here it is written that a large amount of heat is generated due to the nuclear fission, of which hydrogen and the helium gases is there, and these gases nuclear fusion takes place, and due to this what happens, the heat is produced. And in this process here it is told that hydrogen nuclei fuse together, means as you know that hydrogen's nuclei fuse together means they combine, two hydrogen's nuclei combine together to form the helium. Okay, as I told you before only, the atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Atomic number of hydrogen is 1, and it has a 1 proton in its nucleus, and 1 electron is revolving around the nucleus. So such a 2 hydrogen nuclei are there, atoms are there, they combine and they form the helium. Helium, its atomic number is 2, means its nucleus contains now how many protons? 2 protons. So here it is given that in the process of hydrogen nuclei fuse together, means in the process of which the process is here? Nuclear fusion. In this nuclear fusion inside, what happens? The process of hydrogen nuclei fuse together, means 2 hydrogen nuclei fuse, means combine together, and they form the helium nuclei. Okay, and in this process what happens, the energy is generating, and that generating heat is generated in this process. Some of it reaches the earth in the form of light, and that some of the heat from that sun, it is moving all over. As you know that this is suppose the sun, it is giving the light to his all sides. Okay, all whole side. Okay, actually it is not a circular, it is like a ball. Okay, so how you are playing the cricket ball is there, or football ball is there, all side it is providing heat, and one of its side our earth is there. Okay, and little quantity of the sun's heat we are getting. This is suppose our earth. As you know that this is very small as compared to sun. Our earth is very small in our solar system. Inside this is our earth, and little quantity of the heat, or some of the quantity of heat of the sun that we are getting from the sun. Okay, some of it reaches the earth in the form of light and the heat. Now the next part is the earth. So earth, how we are getting the energy? We are studying the sources of energy. As the temperature at the center of the earth is high, you know that when there is a volcanic eruption is there, at that time very hot lava is what happens, it coming out of the earth or erupt from the earth's interior. Okay, and it is also very hot, and the earth is, that's why earth is also a source of heat. Okay, then this heat is called as a geothermal energy. Geo means from earth, thermal means temperature, and that energy. So geothermal energy we are getting from whom? That is the earth. Next it is the chemical energy. Chemical energy. So when fuels, which fuels? Wood, coal, petrol. These fuels are there. When it burns, as you know that when it burns, it produces energy, heat it produces in the form of heat, and there is a chemical reaction between this fuel and the oxygen. As you know that this wood, coal, petrol, these are there. These are the carbon products, organic compounds are there. Means carbon is present inside it, and that carbon, what happens, it combines with the oxygen. When we burn it, it forms the carbon dioxide and it produces the heat. Okay, heat is generated in this reaction. Now the next point is the electrical energy. So here we are getting the heat from this that substances, that is wood, coal, petrol. Okay, and from that we are getting the heat energy. After that, the next point is the electrical energy. In your daily life, you have several equipments. Yes, as you know that electric heaters are there, geyser is there in our home. Otherwise, some machines are there. They are providing heat to the body. When the old peoples are there, they are giving the treatments to the body. Okay, and in that also what happens, heat is produced. So here several equipments are there which produces heat and with help of electricity, and these examples are the electrical press. Electrical press means that iron, then electrical heater, and these are the electrical equipments which gives the electric means heat. Thus electricity is also one of the source of heat. Okay, so these are the four sources, and here downside also some are there: sun, earth, chemical energy, electric energy. These are the sources of heat. Now the next point is the fifth, and here it is the atomic energy. So a huge amount of heat is produced in a very short time. Atomic energy. So for this, to produce the atomic energy, the uranium, strontium, these types of chemical substances which are using, they are, what happens, they are highly unstable, and when their nuclei are there, they fuse and they produce the energy, atomic energy we can say it. So here huge amount of heat is produced in very short time. Here what they told you, huge amount of heat is produced in very short time when the nuclei of some elements. Which are those elements? Uranium, strontium. These are the substances, atomic energy they are producing, and undergo fission, and this is used in atomic energy objects. Understand? So uranium, thorium, strontium, these are the substances which produce the heat when their nuclei are there. What happens? Bombarded with the neutrons. Okay, and they produce the energy, and the main, that is the in short interval of time we are producing more amount of energy in this process. Next, it is the sixth point is the heat. A large amount of heat is present in the air around us also. As we know that in summer season, when we are sitting nearby the road, we feel the hot air is what touching to our body, and same opposite thing is happening when we are in the winter season, when we are sitting when we are feeling the cold air. So amount of heat is also present in the air too. Okay, now the next point is the temperature. Next point is temperature. We can find out how hot or cold an object is. Yes, here it is the vessels are given. If you see here activity inside, you will understand only, and I told you before only, that is how to do this activity. We have to take the two bottles, one bottle inside we have to keep the hot water and another inside cold water, and touch both the bottles, or hold your hand in that hot and cold water. You will feel that the difference between the temperature. So here it is given, we can find out how hot or how cold an object is by touching the object. However, our sense of hot and cold are relative. They are relative. They can be understood from the following experiment. So here it is, experiment is given. See here what is given. First of all, take three similar vessels. Vessel 1, A, B and C. Let us call them A, B, C. Fill A with the hot water. So here it is hot water. And B inside we have to keep the cold water. Put some water from A and B in C, means some of the water, hot water, and some of the cold water from the vessel B, we have to add together and we have to put into the vessel B. Dip your right hand in A vessel and dip your left hand into the B vessel for 2 to 3 minutes. We don't want to take too much hot water. We have to take, means hot, but we can hold our hand inside it. This much hot water we have to take. Now dip both the hands in C. Now these both hands are there. You have to put into the C. Inside it, what we have to do? Here hot water is there and here cold water is there. And if you are keeping hot water here, that in vessel C, if you vessel C inside, the hand which you kept inside the hot water bottle, if you put this hand into the vessel C, you will feel here it is cold, because compared to the vessel A, the vessel C's water is cold. And the hand which you kept inside the B vessel, if you put this hand into the C vessel, you feel that here you will feel the hot. Temperature is same, but one hand feels the cold and another hand feels the hot. And the reason behind, here it is they told you that these are the relative concept. The relative concept means what happens, the temperature when you are touching the means holding your hand into the cold this C vessel, the temperature of the C vessel is less than the A vessel's water's temperature, and compared to the B, it is more, means its temperature is more. So if you put your hand from A vessel to B vessel, you feel that your hand, this hand you will feel it is cold one, and the B vessel, the temperature is very low, and if you put your hand into this C vessel, your hand feels hot. Your hand feels hot, but the temperature is same, but your feelings are different, and this is because of the vessels which you use for to check the temperature, and it is because of that. Now even though both the hands are dipped in the water in the same vessel, that is water at the same temperature, your right hand so even though both the hands are dipped in the same water, what happens, the temperature, one hand feels hot and another feels the colder, and to find what is the reason for this and think behind it. And just now I told you the reason behind it is that the previously which water you just use, that we have to see. Now you must have understood from the above activity that we cannot determine the temperature of an object accurately by simply touching to it. We can't say that the temperature about it. Also, you may hurt yourself touching the very hot or cold object. So we feel the need of some devices for measuring the temperature. So which device we are using for measuring the temperature? As you know that the doctors, they are using the thermometer to check the temperature, and you have read about the thermometer in the previous class. In this lesson, we are going to learn about the construction of the thermometer. So how is the construction of the thermometer? It is given to us, okay, and that we will see. Here it is given. We will see in our means when we come to this point, that time I will tell you how it is constructed. So today we are going to stop here only. The next part of the lesson we are going to see on the next period. So today we are going to stop here only. Okay, thank you and have a good day.